Would it now be a bad time to say I work at an escape room? He's still bitter that I didn't let him out. I didn't know I was doing stand-up tonight. Darius just said Dungeons and Dragons and I was summoned to the back. It was like a nerdy bat signal. I immediately put my glasses up and was like, I could just talk about saving throws now. Some of you might be surprised I was a bit nerdy growing up. I was in Quiz Bowl for 4 years. Being in Quiz Bowl for 4 years is like putting your penis on a shelf and saying, hey, I'll see you in college. Also, I grew up in a trailer park. And this was back in the 90s, so you could just have adult friends. It's a weird time. Because your parents were just hoping they weren't a pedophile. Luckily, he wasn't. He liked D&D and Magic the Gathering. And so I learned those things and learned that the gathering part of Magic was rather deceptive. Not a lot of people are like, oh, 6th grade, we want to talk about Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake. And you're trying to get a raging goblin on turn 1. Really limits the gathering. I find it weird that Planet Fitness has a lot of chutzpah right now because they know they're making a lot of money. Has anyone watched the most recent Planet Fitness commercial? I hear that. Also, you probably didn't think me would be the expert in Planet Fitness. I look like young Santa. I look like if Fall Out Boy had another member and it was Patrick Stump. But in the Planet Fitness commercial, they're talking about low energy. And there's like, oh, we're gonna make money so we can say anything we want in the commercial. There's an actual line that says, with my low E, I can't blow this guy. Literally the line in the thing. The guy they mean is the balloon the guy is holding. A, why gender the balloon? B, you know what you're doing, and you know how I know they know what they were doing? Because later in the same commercial, this woman has some pigs in the blanket, or as I like to call it, foreplay. And she said, look at my wieners now. And then the people in the commercial laugh very creepily. That is when you know you're gonna make money, when you can just say whatever pervy weird thing you want. And they're like, people still gotta lose weight for at least the first month. I find New Year's Eve weird because it's the combination of reflection and alcohol drinking. That seems like bad planning. Like, can we have like self-reflection in the summer so it can be on like one of those flippy net things? Yes, a hammock. Spoiler, I'm not one of those outdoorsy folks. My cover's been dropped. But yeah. Wouldn't it be nice to reflect on a hammock instead of in the cold, dark graphs of winter when you're thinking, oh no. And then at the end of this reflection period, if you're a single person, you have to watch all of your friends enjoy a tender embrace of their loved ones. As you're reminded from a countdown of 10 to 0 that you have no one to put your lips on. A non-single person definitely thought of the New Year's Eve ball drop. That seems like a real buzzkill. I don't have jokes in here, I just have words of affirmation. Just in case. I find it weird that, okay, how many of you are monogamous? You can just cheer. Leave it monogamous, right? I find it weird we get really confident and have our own top 5 celebrities our partner could hit screw. Like, you know that game where it's like, people list the 5 things and some people as a joke will list like their 5 neighbors. But you're supposed to list like 5 celebrities. That's not a hubris. You're like, well, I don't want any normal man to fuck my wife, but if it's John Hamm, I guess it's pretty cool. It's like, whoa. That's a lot of hubris. You think she's gonna be like happy with the rest of her life after a John Hamm experience? It's a shifting scale. We believe in polyamory only in the most like unrealistic situation. And I think polyamory is a little bit of a bummer if you're single because now not only are you not anyone's top 1, you're not anyone's top 2 to 5 either. Like, you're like, I should be on some list. And now you feel like the 11th David Letterman joke. You're like Jaws in the top 10 movie list. It's not there. Why, American Film Institute? My body is Jaws and you're not saying that's good enough for you? It needs to be more Gone with the Wind, which is racist. Come on, American Film Institute. You need to change your ways. And by the way, if you remember anything tonight, learn my bold Gone with the Wind stance. I think "are you in" is weird because it's a phrase that could be of excitement or disappointment. Because it's like you're telling a group, like, "Are you in?" Or you're laying down and you're saying, "Are you in?" I'm gonna end with, should I end with a very dirty joke? Okay. This starts where all good dirty jokes start with, grammar. In English, in literature, there's the phrase descriptive and prescriptive referring to grammar. Descriptive is how the language is used, and prescriptive is how it should be used. Like ain't a word. It's a descriptive, or it's a prescriptive thing. People that say ain't are being descriptivist, right? Why did no one stop come? Come is a thing that we all have said as a, we're going somewhere. And someone's like, oh, let's make it a sex thing now. And none of the grammar people are like, oh, that's getting a problem. That's very confusing. Like, that's a too short a word to have it mean the sex thing and the going to places thing. I think we should change it to I'm arriving. I'm arriving. And then that way you have to at least stay hard for a little bit longer. It's arriving's a longer forward. Or if you want to make it old-timey, you can go huzzah, huzzah. That would make the little festival in Holly a lot more interesting. I'm going to end with this. How many of you know what an Irish good